little bit slow in the uptake on this one because I was doing some dinner and wrapping presents for my little girl's birthday. But of course, family comes first. I hope you're all doing really, really well on this Thursday evening. And some good news. Absolute. I think this is brilliant news. I'll give my opinions on this as well, and obviously you feel free to get yours in on this. So here we go for a Garnacho. Scott Bramwell, sorry, hi JB. I hope you're all doing really well this evening. So as I said at the top of the show, a little bit late on this one. It's come out about 40 minutes to an hour ago. Job safe apparently. I heard that as well, and I'm really, really pleased on that one. Neil Driscoll, evening everyone. Hello Neil, becoming a legend of the chat, sir. I would have gone earlier in this one, but family life dictates right now. Well, this is my secondary or third job as it was. So we've got to hit, but he could still next week. Yeah, Scott. Yeah, we come on to that as well, because I think that's a really important thing for us to talk about as well. So the news at hand, Garnacho. Here we go. As we said on here, and we've followed this now for a long time, is that Garnacho to Chelsea was always in the cards. This was always going to happen, and I'm glad it's done now. The price apparently is 40 million all in. I know, Scott. I'm super happy that we got it. Here we go. Obviously, I'm a little bit later than I would like on this one. I'm sure everyone's already seen this from Fabrizio and the United stand and blah blah blah. But I just thought that I'd get my 2 pence in for that. I'll take that for Deadwood. Exactly, Scott. Exactly that. So, where are we on this one? It's a here we go, isn't it? So from Fabrizio Romano about an hour ago now, I think just under an hour ago, that Garnacho has gone to Chelsea. I think Chelsea have got themselves a good deal there. I think Chelsea have played this well. Obviously, take my hat off to Chelsea. I find it's really difficult for me because 40 million is a 40 mil time to get lemons and 40 million for a bench warmer. This money could become an opportune time, but I think let's talk about Garnacho. 40 million for the women's team reserve is crazy work. G-Verb, I'm not going to get into that whole thing, my friend. The women's football, I think what they've done in such a short space of time, I think is fantastic. But I think they should also. I think the people in charge of that product, I think, should concentrate on their own product instead of trying to score points. Neil just got so with Rasmus to Napoli, where we are on that one is basically that they're trying to. What it comes down to is this option to buy. So what they want is a sort of like halfway house, where initially it's an option to buy, and then it's if he fulfills criteria, then it's an obligation to buy. So that's the sticking point right now. Ella over Ghana any day, which facts, JB. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that, Chief. How she'd fare in a men's team, but it's the attitude of players, right? So I'm not going to get into all the dynamics. That's for another show on that one. I am tired of it, but I think ultimately what Napoli are trying to do is they're basically trying to say, look, if you take Chloe Kelly would do a job. Do you know what? I would take some of the women players over some of these men players every day, because I think their attitude, women's football, because they have to fight for everything that they do. Their ambition and their attitude is far better than their male counterparts, really, right? Rasmus and Napoli is done, deal as well. He and Garnacho are both gone, and Anthony could be heading out the door as well. Yeah, with Joel, the last I heard on that one, there may be an update already on that one, but the last I heard was from Ben on the United stand today. So Jacob Benz, obviously Ben, and he basically come out and said this afternoon that the sticking point for the Rasmus deal is basically Napoli. They don't want an obligation to buy straight off the bat, but Rasmus does, and United do, because obviously Rasmus tulip plays high, legend of the chat as well. So yeah, so I agree with Joe. I think pretty. So the total price at the moment is 40 million, but that includes, I think, 32 million guaranteed, and then I don't know if this. I don't know if it's 40 million guaranteed. I think it should be, and I think it probably will be. I think it's 32 guaranteed and then 8 million in add-ons, which I think is an absolute disgusting deal anyway. But ultimately, we are where we are, and we clearly need the money. So maybe it's a panic sale. And what I mean by that is obviously yesterday we need more money to do what we can do. Is that upfront or instalments? I think that's instalments, mate. Scott, I think it's instalments. Unless it comes out that it's not, but I believe the deal is 5 in loan fee, 40 million, yeah. So that's for Rasmus. So again, so with the Rasmus deal, it's all about breaking book even, right? So I think that's what the deal is with Rasmus. It's a book value zero loss ultimately on that one. So I think that works. So I think Rasmus 100% to go as well. So Garnacho for me, 32 million up front, 8 million. So they basically got him for 40 million, which is absolutely, in my opinion, is criminal. But I do admire what Chelsea have done. Now, where do I personally land on this deal? So Garnacho, they are, mate. They absolutely are. So for me, Garnacho, where do I sit on this deal? Now, I'm glad he's gone. If you'd have heard me, and if I'd have been doing this channel probably just after the Europa League final and he didn't play, 10% sell on if Chelsea sell it. Fingers crossed, because I think that's absolutely how it should be. We'll end up with about 50 million. I hope so. I absolutely hope so, my friend. So I feel conned by this player. Now, I always wish players well. Wonder if you'll have a clause in his contract we can't play against us. That's not going to happen, is it, Scott? I mean, maybe for this season, but you know what it's going to be like. He's gonna want to play, and we play Chelsea 2-3 games time. So yeah, I think he's going to be itching, isn't he? So for me, I'll tell you where I am. Let me know how you feel about this sale. So for me, Garnacho represents, I think, what is potential that could have been. I think that he, instead of deciding to work hard, obviously his idols are Ronaldo, Messi. He's nowhere near those levels. I think his team around him probably advising him extremely badly. You know, the things that he's done to get a move from this club is nothing short of one of the most disrespectful things I've seen. Cowboy, I agree with you, mate. Garner's got the ego of Ronaldo with the skills of Dan James. I love it, mate. I love it. Sadly, he's a little bit better than Dan James. The thing for me about him is I almost don't mind him being at loggerheads with the club, right? I don't mind that. You know, you fall out with a coach, that's fine. You know, you look at Rasmus, and I'm going to use Rasmus as the example. He's literally been forced out. You know, yesterday he sent a social media wishing the boys well. You know, just an absolute 22 years old. Just what a remarkable young man, right? And Garnacho is the absolute opposite of that, right? I did like Garn. He could have been something big, but he was bad. Exactly, bad towards football. I agree, Garnacho. There have been red flags with him since he started playing for United. Now he's gone to a club he might never play for. Exactly. I think it could be potentially a great move for Garnacho. Martin Fay. I mean, you know, I respect that comment, and this comment I'm going to make next is not about your comment. This is about my opinions on him. Players like Rasmus, Scotty Mack, I wish them well. You know, I absolutely wish them well. You know, I'm glad that Rasmus will go and hopefully he can win the Ballon d'Or. Scotty Mac, he's in the Ballon d'Or conversation. I will applaud him, respect him. I think he's a really, really nice kid. Amazing. Garnacho, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less if his career takes a nosedive. I couldn't care if he never plays football again. If his career drops off a cliff, that's up to him. If he does well, if he comes back to us and scores a hat-trick, don't care. If he goes on to win the World Cup, I couldn't care less. His disrespect to this fan base is just nothing short of one of the most disrespectful thing I've seen. I don't wish him ill because that is not right. He's still a young man. I can put up with disrespect to a manager in just in terms of you don't like the manager, that's fine. I can even put up with disrespect to a club to a degree, even though this club's is beyond him. But what I will not stand for is the disrespect to fans. Young kids, put his name on their back. They have the same stupid haircut. Their parents spend that money, the match-going fans sing his name. And the disrespect to the fans, for me, there's a level. I'm wearing a Villa shirt and saying the things they said. No, I can rise above it. At the end of the day, I'm an adult. I've got kids. I've got a teenager. They are prone to silly things. I get that, right? But there comes a time when you become 21 and you're a father, that at that point, there has to come a point where you have to learn. And I think the saddest thing for me is he could have been so great. I don't mind him leaving. I don't mind him not wanting to play for the manager. But where for me it's an issue is the disrespect of the fans. That for me is probably the biggest thing. So I don't wish him well. Go. I don't want to see you again. That's done and dusted. Garnacho, he has been with flags. Respect to Rasmus. Islam Mabek. Is this your first channel? Where are you? I'm first in your channel. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome here as always. Where are you? I'm in England. I'm in Essex in England. If you are new to the chat, please don't forget to like, favourite and subscribe. Get these likes up to this video. It really does help us out. I know it seems like a really simple thing. It helps us out so much. One thing I will say, the one thing that you learn about me, I'm not a dictator of the chat. I listen, I will give my opinion, and obviously you hear my opinion because I'm the one that's talking into this camera, but I really do try to read your things out, and I do respect your opinion. Also, if I accidentally, not on purpose, offend you, I'm not here to do that. There's so many chats now that come on. Sometimes I may just read your chat quickly. It's not on purpose, and unless obviously you're a troll and you're not trying to be nice, I still won't be rude back. I'll try not to be rude back, but of course sometimes I offend, but potentially, but that's not on purpose. Some say 40 million with a 10% sell-on clause, which is good because Chelsea sell high. Evening Big E, hope you're doing really well. John McGoon says United. See John, that's what I'm saying, mate. Straight away, straight out, mate. There's no point, is there, buddy? Muswella says, are you Amrin in or out? I'm Amrin in. 100% Amrin in. I think we have to be. Obviously, there are videos out there, so if you want to see that, the video before this, but I'll give you an answer. I'm Amrin in. I think he needs time. I think these players have let him down. It's not about his tactics. It's not about the formations. This is about players. This is about these players letting him down time and time again. So that's the basis of it. I have gone into it. I'm not going to do it on this show, but again, at some point we can talk about that again. I do selling for 70, 80 million. Exactly. This is like winning the lottery. Get this guy out. Just because you don't want, Biggie says, just because I don't want them doesn't mean they're not good. Is Biggie? Exactly, mate. I don't disagree with that. My issue with Garnacho is not the talent. He's not the fact that he's not a good talent. The issue is, and I don't even mind Biggie. I don't even mind the attitude. I don't mind that. That little bit of arrogance on the pitch. I don't mind that whatsoever. It's just the disrespect to the fans and the disrespect, not to the owners, not to the manager. That's bad enough anyway, but to the club and what the club is, and to the fans. I just cannot accept that. For a guy who was brought through the academy, exactly. The only guy I dislike more is Sancho, but he's called Roma, so maybe he'll go there. Nah. Sancho, Sancho wants to go on loan, and then he wants to go on loan, get paid his wage. Right, he's getting paid now, and then leave for free next season, and then get paid off. That's what he wants. Garnacho is a good player. His attitude was the problem. He needs to give his head a wobble. I do agree. Dictator JB in the house. You know it. Absolutely know it. I am a dictator. I don't care what you say. You lot can just, it's my word, and that's it. Of course not, my friend. Somebody does something once, they always seem to repeat their tricks. He could do the same with Chelsea. Exactly, Martin. And then, do you know what? If that happens, that's on Chelsea. Players will repeat themselves over and over again. If that happens to Chelsea, I'll feel sorry for the fans. What I'll always say is that every club, you get fans. In our club, Chelsea, Liverpool, and you always get those fans who are not the best, but the majority of fans all want the same thing for their own club. So I just hope for Chelsea fans that he doesn't, but you sort of know that he will. He says Garnacho needs to realise he's not good enough to have an attitude, but he needs to take note from Zlatan's book on how to be. Big E, that's a very, very good point, my friend. There's a fine line between arrogance as a player. Cantona had it. Cantona was arrogant, but it was confidence. It wasn't arrogance, it was confidence. And Zlatan is confident. Garnacho has nothing to back it up with. He's just arrogant. Good point. Zlatan, Zidane, they have an aura, have a presence. They have an aura. Cantona had it. I'm just trying to think who sort of had it. Those sorts of players. Zidane, Pirlo had it as well. Roy Keane, I was going to say had it, but he was just an absolute beast. Vieira had it. Gerrard had it as well. Lampard had it. It's that they know they're good, but it's not arrogant. It's just confident, and he doesn't have that. Muswala says that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you so much. We have to support them. Oh, 100%, my friend. 100%. Sancho the fidget spinner out next. JB, if you had an unlimited check and could sign one player for United, who would it be? Right now, it's a very, very good question. Who would I sign right now? It'd have to be. Give me a second. I'll be back in a second. I'll do it in a bit because I've got stuff against the door and stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, but have you got the blue?
No, they're in the car. I'm back. The joys of family life, right? Yeah, that is the joys of family life. When it's your it's your daughter's birthday tomorrow, and then this is the place to wrap presents. But I've told them just give me half an hour or so. So who would I sign if I had an unlimited checkbook? Yamal. I know he's not a midfielder, but Yamal for me. I'd go and get Yamal. I know we need a midfielder, but I think Yamal for me. If I could sign one player who epitomises that youth and who epitomises that confidence, Yamal for me would be the one. There are 11 players who cost millions, play international football, play in a 4th division team. Amrin is not to blame. Big E, exactly, mate. This is exactly it, my friend. There is something magical about Ruben Amrin. He's obviously a really intelligent man. He looks very intelligent. He should have a good. Exactly, Martin. The way that he speaks, he's a very. I think he cares about his team. I think he's a very intelligent man as well. It's just a shame that the players can't respond to it. Glad that the club came out on back Ruben after he may be the worst experience in his major career, and that's what you need. This is why I've said previously, right, as a fan base, Oh, and I thought this afternoon's show from the car was very good. Okay, the reason why I led with that thumbnail is because I wanted to give the Amarin Outers an opportunity to put their side across. People are going to be Amarin in and Amarin out, right? But what I've said, whether you're Amarin out or Amarin in, it doesn't matter. We need to go to war for each other and against this club, against others. We need to have a siege mentality. We need to group together, whether we're Amarin in or out, and we need to stick together and come together to some conclusion as a club. Everyone else outside the club are coming for us, and we can't buy into that. So for me, Rubin has to stay. For the first time in 12, 13 years, we have to come together, and we have to show the world that we mean business, and we're going to protect this manager. We'll protect some players, but what we're doing is we're protecting this club and this manager. Even JB, you can't compete. Welcome, my friend. I thought we should have took that game last night. He's the future, exactly. I'd go Pedri because he's got more potential. Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. Abdul Samid says hi. Hello, my friend. Valverde is already established. Yeah, I think so. Home from El Worko. How about you, Benja? This is probably my third or fourth job. Been working, being a dad, owning a dog, having kids. You sort of, it's just normal life, isn't it? Happy birthday to the young lady, mate. Thank you very much, man. I will tell her she's going to be 6. She thinks she's about 18, but yeah, she's going to be 6 years old. So thank you, my friend. Much appreciate that. Use Haaland or Garnacho, Donnarumma or Martinez. Pedri is good, but Valverde certainly a CM who did take some middle of the park. Mark Stewart says money. I know, mate, that'd be good. Good, someone with a brain. Random vids. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate that. One thing, random vids, I will say is that on this chat, you do get people with some amazing opinions. So what I'd like to think is that people on here as well come up with some really good viewpoints as well. So I think you're in the right place. What music you like, JB? What do I like? I like a bit of 90s, like Oasis, Blur. I also like a little bit of metal. Also like a little bit of rap. I'm pretty much into most things. I mean, I'd probably say if I had to pick something, probably like probably 80s rock, 80s rock, mid 90s sort of grunge, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Oasis, Blur, that kind of stuff, and then Linkin Park and that sort of stuff as well. So happy birthday, Mini JB. Thank you very much. She will be most delighted. She's very excited, as it was. Shirayisha, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I really apologise. Hi, I discovered your channel. What do you think about the men's getting someone for a project? We need someone to be the man in goal. That's a very good point, my friend. Yes, we do need a new number one, but I also think when money is tight, and it is tight, we also need to take a punt. In life, you've got to take risks. So while we can't get... So this is what I think about it. I think it is quite a shrewd move, is that potentially we could be getting a number one. Is it going to be any worse than what we've got? I don't think we will. Worst case scenario, then Lemens comes in and then is number 2, and then next summer we go for a number 1. But the beauty of it is that we paid 20 million for this young guy who's potentially going to be good. 20 million. Worst case scenario, backup number 2, a decent price, and then we go again next season. So I agree with you. We do need the man in goal, but I think Lemens is maybe a good halfway house. If he's not great, then we've got a good backup keeper there as well. You can't compete. Happy birthday! Thank you so much. Scott says I love metal. Nice. I do love a little bit of metal, my old friend. JB loves Justin Bieber. I've got my opinions on Justin Bieber. Happy birthday, thank you, Tulip. Absolutely, thank you, Random Viz as well. It's very, very kind. I've just wrapped up her Barbie house. Yeah, so she's going to be well pleased with that. I've just literally had to wrap up this present that is ridiculously big. Yeah, so she's going to be stoked with that. Hearts of Spades, Sterling to United. Oh God, Hearts of Spades, mate. Don't even. Oh my God, you are killing me, my friend. Valverde is great too. Don't get me wrong. Exactly. Happy birthday to your daughter. Thank you, New Driscoll. That's very, very kind. You guys, amazing. She's going to love it. I'm learning the piano. Lads, never hire me because it's terrible at the moment. My dad is a singer called Marty Fay. He sings at weddings. Marty Fay. Marty Fay. I recognise that name. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I can't play a piano. I can't play anything to save my life. So I guarantee you, my friend, you're better than me. I have no talent for music whatsoever. Random Viz, do you think we can get a midfielder before the window? Random Viz, I think we need to try. I think we can. I do think we can. I think we need to try. But I do think we can. Who it's going to be, I don't know. But I think we can make a late bid. Saglinus still hasn't signed Lemens or CM exactly. I do worry. Kobe Manuel will go into Everton. Listen, I think Newcastle maybe. Apparently Madrid, Atletico. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. But I think there will be conversations. I think Everton would they come in for him though? That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. Newcastle like him. He wants Champions League football. So Chelsea were interested in him. Newcastle, Madrid, Atletico. So apparently he's got about 10 clubs. So potentially needs banning for that comment. If you like metal, JB, take a listen to Lorna Shaw and just listen to the pain. Remains one truth. I would give that listen. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. Shiriensha, Tulip. Yeah, hope so. Mark says, who would you buy with the Garnacho money and Hoyland money? I'd go and get, right now, I'd go and get Lemens and probably Agume because I think he's gettable for 30 odd million. If Baliba's possible, then of course. But I think Agume for me would be the one. I think it makes sense for me. There's a clause in there. You can go and get him. Stiller, I think is done. Yeah, I think Agume or Baliba. I think anything's possible. I just don't know. HD, hello my friend. How are you today? HD, I'm very well. I hope you are too. I'm so sorry about United, mate. I appreciate it, but you honestly, mate, we deserve. Not the fans, the players deserve, the club deserves to be where they are. The manager doesn't. Let's see what we can do, but I appreciate that. JB, you need to do your favourite ever. I will actually, and do you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to do it on a long play. So I'm going to set it up. I'm not going to do it live. I'll do a video whereby it's sort of like a proper long form video, and I'll do some stuff on that as well. Part payment for Belabor, exactly that. So if you have just joined, obviously don't forget to give us a like on the video. I know it seems really trivial, really small, just a quick one. Yeah, it's heavy metal and sad at the same time. Every person I told listen to it. The 3 songs have cried me. I'll give it a go, man. I'll give it a go. I do like a sad old song. I'll give that a go. Believer is going to be great. I hope so, Benja. Hey JB, heads up, mate. We move on from last night, but I do fear the manager might even walk Rob. Yeah, Ineos have come out and backed him. I don't think today's backing is a confidence from the board. I just think they're going to back him, and I think they need to go in and they need to lambast and absolutely go to town on these players. I think they absolutely need to go and rinse these players, and just tell them who the boss is and let it be known that he's the boss. If you have just joined, it is a here we go. It's a here we go for Garnacho. Garnacho is on his way. Yeah, RGB, heads up, mate. We move. Yeah, be patient. He's got potential to be a wonderful midfield type. Amrin, be a fool to walk away from him. Yeah, I don't think he'd be a fool. I don't disagree with that, but I think that he's got his principles. I think if Ineos back him, I think he'll stay. But there is a possibility he's already offered his resignation already. But I'm hoping that with the fans backing, and we need to be vocal about this on X, on social media, I think we need to basically back him. The videos are a masterpiece. You need to watch them. We'll be embracing the music. It will hit you in the feels. I will, buddy. I was tired of listening to the same old rant from Bridge or Sam. What times you stream? I've got. Thank you, my friend. It really depends right now. The difference with me to those guys is obviously they're big and they've got a schedule. I basically work, so I do this around sort of work and children and stuff. Next week will be a little bit more fluid because the kids are back at school next week. So I try and do morning, I try and do an afternoon, I try and do an evening show. I normally try and do one in the morning about 10, and then one about 1, and then one probably about 8ish. I try to do a watch along as well. So thank you so much. And then I try and do anything in between. I'll stream from a car, I'll stream from a park, as I've been in a park as well. So right now, hopefully this will become my job one day. Love it to be, but and then if that happens, then I will be more organised as it was with a schedule. JB, check out Jim Legacy new mixtape. He's a melodic rapper from South London, and he does every genre from pop to rock and Afrobeats. I'll give him a check out. He was homeless but changed his life. See, I love that. I love people. What I love is I love a redemption arc. I do love people who I don't love it for them because it's not very nice, but they take that adversity and then they turn it into something positive, and I love things like that. Is it not Here We Go from Holland? It might be now, but it wasn't when I just come loud. It wasn't when I just come on. So it could be now, but it wasn't when I joined. JB's correct. We must back Amarin. You're like slow tie. Joey Keaton says, when United threw away 5-2 lead to draw 5-5 at the Hawthorns, we saw Ferguson. Was that the day it started? The downfall. It was never the same again. Last night was hilarious. It's over. Joey Keaton, thank you for the comment, my friend. What I will say is I respect playful banter and respectful banter. I get it, and you are more than welcome here, my friend. Sometimes you almost need to bring. What I like is sometimes when we're all feeling sorry for ourselves, right? Sometimes a little bit of banter perks us up, right? And I agree. Joey, I watched that game, my friend. 5-4 when Lukaku came on and scored a hat-trick, or was it 4 goals he scored? It was because I was there for the previous 2 games. I was there for the Swansea game, and I was there for the Chelsea game, and then I think we went away, didn't we, to the Hawthorns? And that was that's a good point, Joey. You can see how much he wants to be here. Exactly. Did you ever listen to Suicide Songs? Yes, I did. I hope you get Believer, and me too. What's slow time, Benja? So, if you have just joined, for those who've just joined, obviously don't forget to give us a like. It does really help us out on here. Keep going, pal. The great show. Thank you, mate. Honestly, what I can say, do you think after last night's show, the board might just go and get the midfielder and keeper even more? Rob, do you know what? I think so, mate. I think so. A keeper, definitely. A midfielder, I don't know. We need one. It's time. It's basically time for the board to back him or sack him. And I'm not saying he should be sacked. That's not what I mean. But if you're not going to back this manager, then what's the point of him being here? Like, I want him to be here, but if you're not going to back a manager, why is he here? Like, you don't need to back him and go and sign a £120 million player. Just go and get him something. Just go and get him something that he can use. Shishra says, small channel, you've got 10k subs, just get on with a setup and you'll do great. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I've been promising it for such a long time. Obviously I've got all the stuff, I just literally need to set it up. But thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Mitch Lurker much like a pioneer of death. I might give that a check out. Yeah, I don't even know what the subscriber number is now. Is it 10,000? Because I have no idea. When I came on, I've not really checked it today. So if it's 10,000, I mean that is ridiculous. I mean that's crazy. Can somebody let me know in the chat if we're up to 10,000? Because that would just be unbelievable. Because I've literally no idea. I knew it was round about 9, but if it's up round about 10,000, I mean that is unbelievable. I mean that is. I never thought that would happen in a million years. Let me see. Where are we? Let me see. What are we doing? Are we up to 10,000? Which would be unbelievable. If you have just joined, Garnacho. Here we go. Garnacho. Here we go. I was brought up with Iron Maiden, yeah, and Pantera, the lead singer of. Oh wow, yeah. I love a bit of Iron Maiden, Megadeth. Love a bit of Megadeth, Slipknot as well. 966. I mean, again, that is ridiculous. Yeah, that is absolutely mental, really. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, 966 is a bullet from my Valentine. Yeah, amazing stuff. I did go through a little bit of a sort of emo-y sort of. I'm sick of all these Amarin outers. I think Garnacho will be superstar. Joey Keat, you know what, mate? It wouldn't surprise me, and that would be the sad thing for me, is that he couldn't do it here. And I don't blame emo JB. Oh, honestly, if I can find a picture, right? If I can find a picture, honestly, I literally was like emo. I mean, that was like going back 20 years ago. So I would have been 22. So I would have been prime. I wasn't full on emo, but I went too far off it. Niche fan, I know my friend, but you just got to stick with it. We're going to get banter, but we got to stick with it, my friend, and just be true. Steve Moore says, I think Garnacho will do well with Chelsea. There was a bit of a bad vibe. That's all. We need to talk about Sancho. Oh my God, let's talk about Sancho. My other point is, do you think the board players might just say to the manager, why not try a different system, or you think they'll just let him get involved? They'll just let him make the board and get involved with that. Maybe Wilcox will. I just don't see it myself. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. So before we go on to Sancho, I'll give you my opinions on him as well. Garnacho to Chelsea, he's got his move. So here we go, 40 million, I think, plus 10% sell-on clause as well. So maybe the whole thing can come in at like, I don't know, 50 million. Is it enough? Don't know, but the player's gone. I'm glad that the saga's done. Get him and his blonde hair out of the club, and that's done and dusted. So, other point before I go, I'm going to make it shortish tonight just because stuff to do. Sancho, where are we at on that guy? Now, I'm going to find it very hard not to swear here. Waste of time, parasite, chancer, fraud, faker. We won't win anything ever again. That Garnacho is again. We won't win anything ever again now that Garnacho has left. Bailey Reid, we weren't winning anything when he wasn't here. We didn't win anything when he was here other than an FA Cup. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe you're right, but I don't see it myself, my friend. But I respect that opinion. So whereas I'd sum up Sancho, lazy, Xbox, PlayStation player, parasite, waste of money, freedom fighter, just an absolute chancer, faker. I'm refraining from that word, Scott, but I agree with you on that one. Scumbag attitude problem. I really am trying not to use the F word here. Basically, you can F off. Like, I'm, I don't want to waste my breath on him, but this is what, as we've talked about on here, I think as Neil summed it up, my friend, summed it up perfectly. You guys summing it up perfectly, right? Sometimes in life, right? Sometimes in life, you can rise above it, right? And you go, I can be the bigger person here. I'm going to rise up above it, and we need to be adults and we need to be bigger than him. But sometimes you also want to just tell somebody to F off. And in this occasion, as much as I'm a father, 42 years old, I'm an adult, I've got a professional job, as many of you guys have. Sometimes I just want to tell somebody to F off, and Garnacho to me can F right off. I mean, I've got no time of day for him. I don't wish him well. He's a money grabbing scumbag, and he needs to go. The situation with Sancho is Roma have offered him a deal. Juventus offered him a deal. Besiktas offered him a deal. Chelsea offered him a deal. What he wants is the following. He wants a loan deal. He wants his salary paid for the next year. And then at the end of it, he's going to give us the sign. And then he's basically going to go and get paid money. That is what he's doing. That's it. There's nothing else. Don't believe he's going to go and we're going to get cash. We've literally lowered his price to 17.5 million up front. He won't go. He wants to go on. Don't be fooled by him. Don't be fooled by his entourage. Don't be fooled by the stories that you hear. He's not going to go unless he's on loan, get his money paid to him for the next year, and then money on top. Absolute waste of space, scumbag, and he deserves. He doesn't. I'm going to temper this with, he doesn't deserve abuse. Okay, he doesn't deserve personal attack and personal abuse. That's not what I'm saying here. But he doesn't deserve, well done, like you played well for us. What he deserves from this fan base is nothing. Silence, not going to be remembered when he leaves, not the time of day. Nobody deserves to be abused. Let's be clear on that one. And when I say abuse, I mean, he doesn't deserve, he's a human being, and I get that. But when it comes to critiquing and criticising the player, he deserves everything. And it's now time for him to F off, and I don't want to see you again. I can see this from Miles coming saying, exactly, you're so right. Emmanuel says, hi. Hard not to rise above it. Sancho's only 4 foot nothing. I love it. What about Arnold? It's better Garnacho going now because he has to. Exactly. I do agree with you about Garnacho though. Garnacho leaving has made me cry. He needs a round of applause when he leaves. Nobody's bigger than the club. Exactly. Guys. So I'm going to keep it short tonight because I have got to go. I've got to go and wrap some presents, and yeah, there'll be no shows tomorrow. Basically, because obviously I might do one tomorrow night though. I might do one tomorrow night when I get back, but actually tomorrow. Trent having apparently he's doing the rounds at Trent, might go back to Liverpool. That's what I'm hearing in of course the next window. So that's what I'm hearing. So there'll be no no shows tomorrow. Probably be one in the evening, but I will be back. I'll do the Burnley game Saturday. I'll do some stuff as well during the day, but there'll be no shows tomorrow. Just because obviously family comes first, right? Joe Ben, I've just discovered you and subbed, mate. Genuinely, I thank you so much. No matter what I would do with my day now, Jamie. Cheers, Jay. So, guys, what I'll always say to you guys in the chat, so you can't compete. Rob, Scott, Joe Ben, Bailey Reed, Martin, Andrew. Can't compete. Stephen Moore, Stephen Shirisha, Emmanuel, Neil Driscoll, of course, Tulip Plays, Rob, Joey Keaton. Just going to try and get through all. You got names in the chat. Benja, Niche Fan, of course, Tulip Plays, we've said. Go through HD, Mark Stewart, Melissa, Random Vids, Heart Spades. Jeez, I hope I don't miss anybody. Joe, of course, absolute legend. Big E, legend as well. Muswella as well. Guys, genuinely, I can't thank you enough. Hope you recovered from the Grimsby game. Hardly, mate. I'm just about trying to get over that stuff. So all I can say is thank you so much, guys. Genuinely mean it. Every conversation that we have gets better and better and better. I genuinely can't believe you guys. I can't believe the conversations and the intelligent chat and what we have on here has now become so special. I'm part of my life, and it's not something that I just say. All I can say is just like, you guys, you know, and it sounds corny, it's something I feel like I need to say, is that in life you can buy many, many things in life, but guess what, guys? You can't buy time, and you spend your time, precious to you, precious to me, and you choose to spend it with me. You know, we how do you know I keep making great plays played badly, Ryan? It's a skill. It's a very, very bad skill. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. It means so much to me. This channel is getting big because it is getting bigger because of you guys, and long may it continue. Have a good rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening. Take care of yourself, take care of each other and your families. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. I probably won't see you tomorrow. I might see you in the evening. But take care, and I can't wait to come back. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, people. No, correct me. It's Shriyansha. Mate, it's going to take me a couple of attempts. What's your full name? That is the mystery. That is the mystery of the JB. What I'll probably do is I will, when the member stuff become active on here, if you want to know my name, I'll tell you more about me, but I'll do it for like on the members bit. And all of you guys, you know, I if I can give memberships out, then of course, you know, I will. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all in good time. Nathan Salah said, okay, prediction for Burnley 2-2. I'm going to go for a draw. Hate to burst people's bubbles, but I think it's going to be. I think the wounds are going to be too deep. Are we going to see a response? I don't trust these players. I don't trust them. I think it'll be a 2-2, 3-2 to us. It's going to be a very, 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 very tight game. I think it's got a draw written all over it for me. I hope I'm wrong, but it's going to be very, very nervous affair. So if I don't see you tomorrow, guys, I'll see you on. Before I go, I'll play FPL. Which menu player I should go with? Oh, Cunha. Guys, I'm going to go. Again, fantastic show. Thank you so much to be. I might do tomorrow night. If not, I'll see you on Saturday. Have a good Friday night. Go out and enjoy yourselves. Chill. Do whatever. Spend time with the family, the missus, whatever you do. See you guys later, and have a good rest of your day. Take care.